Welcome to today's analysis of The Bold and the Beautiful, where we'll explore a fascinating hypothetical storyline involving Dr. John Finn Finnegan. As fans of the show know, Finn has been portrayed as the perfect husband to Steffy Forrester, caring, devoted, and seemingly without flaws. But what if there's more to Finn than meets the eye? Finn's biological connection to Sheila Carter represents one of the most shocking revelations in recent soap opera history. When notorious villainess Sheila revealed herself to be Finn's biological mother at his wedding reception with Steffy, it changed everything. This connection raises an intriguing question. Could Finn have inherited some of Sheila's darker tendencies? Sheila Carter has long been established as one of the most dangerous characters in the soap opera world. Her obsession with contacting Finn developed into an uncontrollable fixation, and she was willing to attack anyone who stood in her way. This culminated in Sheila shooting both Finn and Steffy, with Finn taking a bullet meant for his wife. Despite this traumatic experience, Finn has shown remarkable compassion, even saving Sheila's life when she went into cardiac arrest at his hospital. As Tanner Novlan, who portrays Finn, explains, he always tries to do what is right, even when it came to saving Sheila's life. But could this apparent goodness be masking something darker beneath the surface? On the surface, Finn appears to be the ideal man. He's described as kind and caring, smart and savvy, the type of man worthy of the Forrester fashion heiress. Novlan himself characterizes Finn as someone who really does have other people's best interests in mind. As a doctor, Finn is obviously very patient and pretty black and white and analytical. This perfect exterior could be exactly that, just an exterior. What if Finn has been carefully cultivating this image while hiding his true nature? After all, being a doctor provides the perfect cover for someone with darker intentions. Doctors are trusted implicitly, have access to medications, and possess knowledge that could be dangerous in the wrong hands. One consistent thread throughout Finn and Steffy's relationship has been the lingering presence of Liam Spencer. Liam and Steffy share a daughter, Kelly, and have a complicated romantic history that has repeatedly threatened Finn and Steffy's happiness. When Steffy became pregnant, there was initially uncertainty about whether the baby was Finn's or Liam's due to a one-night stand Steffy had with Liam during a moment of weakness. Although the baby turned out to be Finn's son Hayes, the situation revealed just how easily Liam could disrupt their relationship. Thomas Forrester, Steffy's brother, even warned Finn about Liam, revealing his contempt for Liam and to be wary of Liam, due to his tendency of flip-flopping between Steffy and Hope. This warning could have planted seeds of resentment and paranoia in Finn's mind. Liam has consistently positioned himself as someone who believes he knows what's best for Steffy. During the summer of 2023, Liam spent the entire summer telling anyone and everyone that Finn was putting Steffy in danger because of his relationship with Sheila. While his concerns weren't entirely unfounded, his persistent interference could easily be interpreted as an attempt to drive a wedge between Finn and Steffy. What if Finn, after enduring Liam's constant presence and interference, finally reaches his breaking point? The hypothetical scenario where Finn deliberately sabotages a surgery to eliminate Liam permanently would represent a complete transformation of his character, from healing to harming. Such an act would reveal that Finn has indeed inherited Sheila's capacity for calculated violence. It would show that beneath his calm, professional exterior lies a man willing to violate his Hippocratic oath and commit murder to protect what he considers his. The scenario becomes even more chilling when we consider Finn's medical expertise. As a doctor, he would know exactly how to make a death during surgery appear accidental or unavoidable. His colleagues would likely give him the benefit of the doubt, attributing any suspicious circumstances to the inherent risks of surgical procedures. If such a scenario were to unfold, Steffy's response would be devastating. Throughout her relationship with Finn, she has defended him against those who questioned his character due to his connection with Sheila. She stood by him despite this shocking news about his parentage. believing it was only fair because Finn didn't ask for this to happen. Discovering that Finn deliberately caused Liam's death would shatter Steffi's world. It would confirm her worst fears, that Finn has indeed inherited Sheila's capacity for evil. The man she thought was fundamentally different from his biological mother would be revealed as cut from the same cloth. Steffi's decision to divorce Finn and prevent him from seeing their son Hayes would be both a protective measure and a punishment. Having experienced the danger Sheila posed to her family, Steffi would recognize the threat that Finn now represents. By keeping Hayes away from Finn, she would be attempting to break the cycle of violence that seems to run in Sheila's bloodline. Following such a revelation and Steffi's subsequent rejection, Finn would face a profound dilemma. Would he accept the consequences of his actions, recognizing the monster he has become? Or would he double down, perhaps embracing his darker nature more fully? If Finn chose to fight for access to his son, it would create a complex legal and emotional battle. As both Hayes' biological father and a doctor who has committed an unproven murder, Finn would occupy a morally ambiguous position. The courts might grant him supervised visitation rights, creating ongoing tension and conflict with Steffi. Alternatively, Finn might attempt to win back Steffi's trust through apparent redemption. This could involve therapy, public contrition, and a seemingly genuine effort to address his darker impulses. However, such efforts would always be tainted by the question of sincerity. Is Finn truly changing or simply becoming more sophisticated in his manipulation? This hypothetical storyline would force viewers to confront the age-old question of nature versus nurture. Finn was raised by his adoptive mother Lee, described as loving and protective. When Finn was shot, Lee secretly nursed him back to health and protected him from Sheila. His upbringing appears to have been stable and positive. Yet the pull of genetics cannot be dismissed entirely. The show has previously explored how personality traits and tendencies can be inherited, particularly through the character of Sheila herself. If Finn were to reveal a darker side, it would suggest that some aspects of personality are indeed hardwired rather than learned. This question becomes particularly poignant when considering Hayes, the son of Finn and Steffi. If Finn has inherited Sheila's capacity for violence and manipulation, could Hayes inherit these same tendencies? This concern would likely factor into Steffi's decision to limit Finn's access to their son. The Bold and the Beautiful has always excelled at exploring moral complexities within the context of family dynamics. The show's premise centers around the saga of high-fashion glamour, honor, romance, passion, and most importantly, family. Within this framework, characters frequently face ethical dilemmas and must navigate the consequences of their choices. The hypothetical dark turn for Finn would align with the show's history of examining how seemingly good people can be driven to extreme actions. Throughout its run, The Bold and the Beautiful has featured death, divorce, alcoholism, duplicity, betrayal, and adultery as everyday concerns, while murder, attempted murder, rape, impersonations, and returns from the dead represent the more shocking developments. Finn's transformation from hero to villain would continue this tradition, offering a nuanced exploration of how love can sometimes curdle into possession and how the desire to protect one's family can sometimes lead to unconscionable actions. Any storyline involving Finn's darker side would inevitably reference the legacy of Sheila Carter. Sheila has been one of the most enduring villains in soap opera history, with her actions affecting multiple generations of characters on The Bold and the Beautiful. When Finn realized the level of his mama's crazy, he initially matched wits with her, occasionally even getting the upper hand. He was horrified by her actions, particularly when he learned that she had shot both him and Steffi. Upon regaining consciousness after being shot, Finn becomes furious with Sheila and later vows to enact revenge on Sheila for the crimes she had committed against him, his wife, and his mother. If Finn were to embrace his darker impulses, it would represent a tragic fulfillment of Sheila's influence. Despite his initial rejection of her methods, he would ultimately be following in her footsteps, using violence to eliminate perceived threats to his happiness. The hypothetical scenario would also impact the long-standing dynamics between the Forrester and Logan families. The Bold and the Beautiful has traditionally centered around the saga of the rich Forresters and the poor Logans against the backdrop of the Los Angeles fashion world. Liam, while not a Logan by blood, is connected to the Logan family through his marriage to Hope Logan. His death at Finn's hands would intensify the already complex relationships between these families, potentially reigniting old feuds and creating new alliances. Ridge Forrester, Steffy's father, has always been protective of his daughter. He previously supported Liam's campaign to drive Steffy away from Finn when concerns about Finn's connection to Sheila first emerged. If Finn were revealed to have deliberately caused Liam's death, Ridge would likely feel vindicated in his initial suspicions and become even more determined to protect Steffy from further harm. Steffy Forrester has endured numerous traumas throughout her time on The Bold and the Beautiful. She has survived shootings, betrayals, and the loss of loved ones. The revelation of Finn's true nature would represent yet another devastating blow. However, Steffy has consistently demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity. As a Forrester, she has inherited both wealth and strength of character. Following her separation from Finn, Steffy would likely throw herself into her work at Forrester Creations, using the family business as both a distraction and a source of stability. The question of whether Steffy could ever love again after such a betrayal would loom large. Having been hurt by both Liam through his indecision between her and Hope and now Finn through his ultimate betrayal, Steffy might choose to focus solely on her children and career, at least for a time. This hypothetical storyline exploring Finn's potential dark side offers a fascinating glimpse into how The Bold and the Beautiful could delve deeper into questions of identity, inheritance, and the capacity for evil that might exist in all of us. While the show has not taken this direction with Finn's character, the possibility remains intriguing. Tanner Novlan has shown considerable range as an actor, portraying Finn's compassion and dedication convincingly. A storyline revealing Finn's darker impulses would allow Novlan to explore new dimensions of the character, potentially creating one of the most complex villains in the show's history. For now, Finn remains the devoted husband and father, the skilled doctor who saved Thomas Forrester's life, and the man who survived being shot by his own biological mother. But in the world of soap operas, characters can transform rapidly, and today's hero can become tomorrow's villain with just one fateful decision. Thank you for joining me for this exploration of The Bold and the Beautiful and this hypothetical dark turn for Dr. John Finnegan. If you enjoyed this analysis, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content about your favorite soap operas and television dramas. Until next time, keep watching.